Hey everybody, welcome to week 7. God, it's hard to believe we're already on week 7. Middle of February? How is that even possible? Anyway, here we are launching week 7. So let's go through what we've got coming up in the pipeline for this week. As you know, last week many of you posted your original post for the 3 trailheads plus a fork. And so what I'm doing is going through and I'm kind of ranking your topics, not ranking them what I think is, really the best or which you can find the most material on, as much as I am, um, you know, kind of using my past experience on what I think, which topic I think can be narrowed and most easily turned into a workable topic. So when you read my input on your selections, your possible selections for your research paper, you do not have to go by what I suggest. I want you to do what works for you. I'm just giving you, I kind of rank them, like I said, based on what I think is most workable overall as a possible trailhead for a topic. All right, also you've got the grid homework coming up. And I know if you've never done the grid, it's a really quick and dirty way to kind of find out how much you can, how much is going on in a possible topic, how much you already know, what are some possible niches within that topic. And it takes about, I want to say maybe 15 minutes. If you're spending more than 15 to 20 minutes creating your grid, you're working too hard. All right. The grid is something that you could try out for a topic and then decide, you know what, after I did the grid, I don't really like that topic. I want to try something else. So the grid is a painless, well, come on, anytime we're using our own time and our own writing, it's not painless, but it's a relatively painless way to maybe eliminate an area that you thought was going to be interesting, or maybe embrace one that you were interested in, but now maybe are finding some niches within that topic. So again, you're not stuck with anything that you produce with the grid. That is not necessarily the topic you're going to stay with. So as you can see in week 7, I'm asking you to upload your grid, and I want you've got to upload the grid by Tuesday and respond to 2 peers by Thursday. All right. If you haven't gone back and looked at the response that I left for you on the trailheads or that your peers are leaving for you, you're missing out. If you're not checking the feedback that your peers give you, you're missing out on a valuable intellectual resource. It's called your classmates. All right, so the grid is going to be uploaded Tuesday with your comments and suggestions to your peers by Thursday. We also, this week, it's the launch of the actual research paper. Now, performing, I don't know, or conducting the 3 trailheads plus a fork or even the grid are ways, I kind of did that before I gave you the instructions, because before we can even start thinking about a paper, we have to start thinking about topics. Sometimes people are really comfortable choosing from a list of topics that people have written on before, and sometimes people really want to come up with their own. I'm comfortable either way. If you can't think of a topic, or you got maybe a little teeny crumb of a topic that you think has potential, come to my office hours or email me and I can help you massage that into an actual topic. All right, so I give you the instructions. I give you the screencast of me going through the instructions, which I highly suggest. All right, because I give you detailed explanations about the instructions, as I would do if we were in a regular physical classroom. I also give you a quiz on the research paper instructions. This is not to just conduct a quiz for the sake of, using your energy. This is to make sure that you've actually looked at the instructions, because I find that students, as we go through this process, they kind of lose touch with the instructions because there are, several components of the research paper itself. All right, so remember that the research paper itself is a process. It begins with the prospectus. The prospectus is a way that you kind of try out your topic. You propose it to me. I give you kind of a video how to brainstorm and narrow anything that says a video, developing a research question. These are all super short, probably YouTube videos. They're not me. They're quick. You can get through them. Here, the first component of the research paper is your prospectus. That's where you kind of initiate your topic and you come up with a research question for that topic. Not only do I give you the instructions, again, I give you the screencast of those instructions. Likewise, I show you the rubric for the prospectus. Side note, once you submit your prospectus, right here it says prospectus upload link, then you are officially married to the topic. You may not switch topics. Once you have submitted, let me repeat that, once you've submitted your prospectus, done deal. You are now committed to that topic. It might morph a little as you research. Like maybe you were going to talk about coral reefs, and now you want to talk about acidification of the ocean. All right, so it's a different but related topic. If you were going to talk about the bleaching of coral reefs, and you decide you want to change and talk about NASA and inhabiting Mars, that's a complete change of topics. That's not morphing. That's a complete change. No changes after you've submitted the prospectus. Okay, I also supply for you more little videos. How do you select and use keywords in your searches? How do you develop a research question? That's going to be a really important part of this research paper, is you developing your research question. Please read this little link here, what are primary, secondary, and tertiary sources, because you'll need to know this, especially the primary sources, for what you think you might use in your paper. I supply you your samples here. Not only do I give you real student samples, I also have a fully color-coded, I hate to say this, but I think it's a low-scoring paper, but you can see how I went through it. Here's the upload. Now here's what I want to show you that looks like it's a ton of stuff. And I apologize if you have a visceral reaction to seeing all this, but it's really, really fast. So this is a library workshop. If we were an in-person class, we would have been meeting in the library, and this would have been happening in real time with real librarians. But because we're online, we are going to do the research component, the library research module that has been created by the librarians at Cal Poly. So this part of the component was developed by your librarians. Start here, start in your research, okay? So you're going to click through all these. Every once in a while, see here, there's a tiny little quiz. It looks like you're going through a lot of links, but you're not. Some of them have information that you might skim through. Did you know that you can access textbooks for free through the library? Maybe you didn't. So did you know that there are special collections and archives at Cal Poly? Maybe you didn't. All right, so at the end of this component, you are going to complete a research notebook activity. It's like a homework activity, but it's really helpful because it will help you decide what search terms are working and where you got some gaps, or what you might need to do to create greater understanding. All right, as you can see, there's a lot going on in week 7. It looks much more labor intensive than it really is. Remember, we are in the stage of the quarter where you're finding your own information. Remember earlier in the quarter, I supplied the articles, I supplied the readings, and I supplied kind of what you were going to write on. Now we've turned the corner and you are kind of conducting this yourself. I'm serving more as your sort of coach and mentor to help you through this process. But you're the one who's finding the information. You're going to be the one looking for the articles. So the role shifting has now occurred. It doesn't mean I'm not doing anything. As you know, I'm grading all the time and creating more sparkling curriculum for you as the days go by. Well, anyway, I'm not going to keep talking about something you already know. You know the drill. You jump in, you get all the things done that you feel you can do, probably in the quickest amount of time, and then save your time for the more labor intensive things. So take a look at all of the links in week 7 and get a sense of kind of what the degree of difficulty or the time demand might be for you individually. All right, as usual, please come to my office hours or email me. I am always willing and able to add clarity to help you when I can. So I hope you guys have an awesome week 7, and I'm looking forward to seeing